So we're sitting here with Peter Devison. He's the new winemaker for Efeste Winery up here in Woodinville, Washington.
FST, yeah.
FST.
Yeah, it's just FST like the letters.
Yeah. And Peter, I first got the chance to meet you, I think it was about a year ago or so. You were living out in Prosser.
Yeah, probably a year, July.
Out in Prosser there, working for Precept and doing a lot of their whites.
A lot of their aromatic whites, and then running the high-end red program up on Horse Heaven Hills.
Right. So give us a quick background about, we talked off camera that you're from Nova Scotia. Take us like from this, give us the Cliff Notes version of your life from Nova Scotia to New Zealand to here.
So I guess I went to UBC when I was 17, so I went from Halifax to Vancouver. And then went through the restaurant program, you know, paying for school. Then started to did my ISG when I was 20 or 21, I think. Started working in high-end restaurants. Enjoyed wine a lot, so decided to make it. Went down to New Zealand, did a 4-year degree in enology. Worked in Australia and New Zealand for about 7 or 8 harvests altogether. And then came to Washington in 2004. Worked for Vindelock my first year, took over Chelan Cellars, their aromatic white program in 5 and 6. Then went and worked for John Freeman at Waterbrook in 07. They were bought by Precept. Precept promoted me to Apex Winemaker. And then they took, they bought Willowcrest, moved me up to Prosser, did all the white wines there, all the aromatic white wines for the whole company, as well as took on Willowcrest, that brand. And then we acquired All Ridge brand and that facility in 2010, and did the 2010-2011 high-end program on Horse Heaven Hill.
Cool. And then this year we all got the news that you're moving to Seattle side.
Yeah, yeah.
And you and Brennan obviously have had a friendship for a while now.
Yeah, you know, I met Brennan with Ernst Lozen and Bob Berteau back in 05, I think, up at Chelan, and they were looking at buying some Riesling. And you know, when you get two winemakers with very strong opinions and passions together, they're not always quick to hug and shake hands and be buddies, but you know, I love Brennan. He's got a great personality. He's been a great mentor on many topics and philosophies. We share a very common winemaking philosophy, and so our relationship just kind of grew, where he started to develop this philosophy, and I started to develop this philosophy, and all of a sudden we're talking, and these philosophies are mirroring each other, and we just totally hit it off. And he's been a great friend. And when he decided to leave, called me up, said, I got this opportunity for you. And
cool.
I think I waited, I said, I'll have to think about it, and I waited a half an hour, and I texted back, I'm in. So it didn't take me long.
And so, so he's still consulting here this year for this batch?
Yes, he is, yeah. So he's actually a great liaison on vineyards, because he's worked with these vineyards for much longer than I have. So it's been a great transition into meeting the growers and dealing with the growers, and then learning where he picks, why he picks, when, and that sort of thing. And again, too, I think he's very confident in my abilities to make these decisions as well. But for the first year, it's nice to be able to have someone to spitball with, basically. Yeah. The other things he's consulting me on, obviously, we're 100% native fermentation, which I'm very comfortable doing native fermentation. I've done it in the past, but I've always had the inoculated ferments to go and pitch over if I had to. But he's worked me through that, and then this facility is really tight for space, and he's definitely developed a system that he's honed over 5 or 6 years, and so I kind of adhere to that.
Cool. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect of the Peter Devison style of Efeste wines in the future when they start rolling out. I mean, what kind of differences?
Besides the oak chips, the gum arabic, and the sugar I'm going to add.
Right.
I don't think things are going to change that much. I really like Brennan's style. It's very old world, very reductive style of winemaking. It's something that I've kind of, again, going back to that word philosophy, it's something I've worked on. I truly believe that Washington fruit is much more preserved, and there's much more fruit weight by making our wines reductively, even the reds. And so by keeping them on the lees and not racking as much, I think we get more fruit in the wine, we get better texture in the wine, and they develop better vol. And so Brendan and I have talked about that style of winemaking for years, and I think I'm going to stick to it.
Cool. Yeah. And the adoption into city life again for you has been what?
I haven't really noticed it yet. You know, Brendan and I did a few winemaking dinners and events in Seattle where I kind of got the city vibe again, and having worked in Vancouver for a long time, it was quite refreshing.
Yeah.
But I'm living out here near Duval, and I'm going to drive that Duval-Woodville road to work and back, and that's about it right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
after harvest, I'm sure there'll be plenty of events and time to get back into city.
Yeah, because you know how it goes, right? After you make the wine, then you got to go sell it.
Hey, I have no problem with that, especially with the vineyard sources we have, the oak program that we've got, and the style. I think it's going to be a lot of fun trying to sell these wines. Yeah.
So what? I mean, you mentioned the oak program. What is the oak program here like?
Well, it's 100% French, but I think Brennan's done a very good job in sourcing out some of the smaller, more crafty coopers and working those into the program. We do trials every year, but the French programs that we use, even our workhorses, are very, very nice barrels. So I'm not going to give away names, but
right.
No, I think that he's worked really hard on that. So I'm looking forward to tweaking it and making it better.
Cool. Well, man, we appreciate you coming over here and give us an opportunity to taste. I think, you know, I think you did some really nice stuff at Apex and Willowcrest and all that, but I think it's going to be, I think this is a little bit more specialized, you know, and it's a little bit more higher end.
I'm a hands-on winemaker. I have to, you know, you saw me when you walked in. I'm barreling down. I'm running the press. I'm cleaning bins. I have to do that. I'm not a desk winemaker. I don't like dictating too much. I like to be side by side and work with my crew, and here I get to do that.
Yeah, cool. Well, dude, we look forward to following your progress here.
Thank
and, you know, again, welcome to the Seattle side, and we're super excited to taste your wine someday.
Cool. Well, we'll be bottling in January.
All right, thanks, Peter.
Right on, thanks.
All right, bye.